And we should be live, everyone. Hey, how's it going? Wow, this feels weird. Like, even though we did the live stream for Overtime Anomaly like last week, me and William, it's still like, it's been a long ass time, I feel, since like we've done a live stream. I've planned and canceled multiple times to do the live streams because I was too busy with work, or I was like kind of not feeling it, or whatever. So we're back and we're going to keep doing the live streams. Oh, this is so awkward. Like, my OBS preview is like delayed, so I can see myself with a delay as well. Chat is also not working, which is making me sad. Why is it not working? Does it just start automatically? Because it worked last stream, and I feel like I didn't change anything. Can someone write something in chat? Hello. Because maybe... Hello. Hi, Mike. Okay, no, so chat is working. Mike, you're appearing, so we should be fine. Hi, Revolver Over and everyone. Okay, we should be fine. Okay. I swear to God, Streamlabs always gives me panic attacks because it's so unpredictable. But yeah. Stream today, I just felt like, I've been postponing doing streams for long enough because I'm like, oh, I don't have a good topic or whatever. So I was like, just fuck it, we ball. Let's talk a bit about what happened with Overtime Anomaly. And I think also, yeah, Switch 2 got announced yesterday. I wanted to do like a live React stream, but I had like some other meeting stuff and boring business stuff like right at the same time. So I was like, okay, whatever. We'll talk about that today as well. Because I think, Switch 2, I just hope Nintendo isn't going to blue ball us developers for 17 years, because I want the dev kit, but right now dev kits are unavailable. I can tell you that, unless you are a Silksong or whatever. Oh yeah, Silksong got announced as well, which put the internet into like just a frenzy, released for Switch 2 in 2025 and also on Xbox Game Pass still. But yeah, if it wasn't going to be announced now, it probably would have come out never. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else really. How did I do these live streams? We released Overtime Anomaly. I think it went okay. There are definitely some differences, but I guess I'll be giving you some inside scoops on, because the full Postmortem is only coming out in, I would say, 2-3 weeks from now. 80 euro Overtime Anomaly Switch edition. I said the exact same thing to Thomas earlier. No, William. Wait, let me see if I can not dox myself and still, because we were discussing it. Here, let me take a screenshot of this. I think this is beautiful because you've captured my mindset. Why is my screenshot not showing up? Because I don't want to leak the full Discord. Yeah, it should be there. Okay. So this is from our Discord yesterday. William was like, oh yeah, I remember why he didn't like Switch, because like digital games, 80 euros. Oh, I can shrink my face cam. You don't like my face. It's like 80 euros digital, 90 euros physical. And I'm like, oh, are we gonna price Overtime Anomaly also at that much? And he's like, we have some morals. So I was like, let's meet in the middle. 10x the Steam price. Steam price is $5.99, so 60 euros would still be fine. Unfortunately, William did veto that, so we're not going to go for Overtime Anomaly for 60 euros or 90 euros. But I like your thinking, Wartos. I like your thinking. We're on the same wavelength, you and I. So yeah, I may have to watch from Throne. Provide cakes for a bake sale tomorrow. Well, I guess you get to go baking. So yeah, is my face cam now good, Golden Lion? I guess it's been a while. Yeah, when was the last time I did a live stream, basically? This William guy needs to be more greedy. Yeah, because otherwise, how are we going to afford his paychecks? Yeah, well, last time we streamed was NextFest, and I wanted to play a whole bunch of NextFest demos here. There were two problems, basically, though. The first problem was I kind of got sick and I just didn't feel like it. And the second problem was different priorities. Honestly, we had to, I was like, okay, I can either do funny live stream for a few hours every day, or I can just work on the game. And we were at a point right then and there that I should have just working on the entire game. Could be slightly small. There's nothing that I'm covering though. It's also not half the screen height. Oh well. Ta-da. And then I can make this boy bigger. Good. Any further comments and you will get shadow banned. This is a joke. But yeah, so I wanted to do more Steam NextFest demos because I think honestly we got a lot of submissions as well. Let me look at my Google Forms because I made like a whole post thing for it. Yeah, NextFest submissions. I don't know how much we got at the end. Yeah, we got 58 people submitted like their NextFest store pages. I think I played a few, but yeah, I want to do more, but there was no way I could do 58. So yeah, we just ended up focusing on making the game. Also, I had to go to Japan to do the, well, I had to go as a big word. I did the video with Minami Lane, and I wanted to do another bet stream here. You know, the OG fans know what the bet streams are, but I was just too jet lagged, too dead that I couldn't do anything basically. Because the bet streams I need to wake up at 5-6 a.m. for, and there was no way I could do that. So yeah, it's been a while. I'm planning now. I'm back in the grind set mode. We're locked in monk mode, Sigma grind set. So I can tell you now already, there's going to be more streams. Oh, there's going to be another big change. I'm going to be doing more streams, and I'm going to drop the amount of videos we upload. I guess we'll go out with a banger. I'm going to take another break from YouTube, but I'm going to reduce the amount of videos. I'm going to drop to 1 video a week for, I would say, a month, maybe 2 months at most. Because as a YouTuber, like, how many videos do we have? 367 videos, right? And it's always a question, what do we talk about? And the past month, basically, I've been stuck on what to talk about. Yeah, Sargonians, not shock for you because you saw the Patreon. I talked about this yesterday in the Patreon already. Basically, I kind of felt like I was, right now, I have a few videos lined up still, but I just couldn't hit that 2 video a week schedule. And the problem is I would be making videos for the sake of making videos, but I wouldn't have anything new to say. That is like one thing. It's like a lot of these videos, they're inspired by me going out there and working on the games and learning stuff. Like playing your games. Okay, this is what you're getting wrong in your game design. How much content you should have? This is a question I get from you often. Like a lot of these things is just from me learning. And I feel like the last month, I just haven't learned much new anymore. So I feel like it's kind of useless to then make a video once again of top 10 tips for solo game developers. Like we kind of did this with the April Fool's video, but I think we still got a unique spin on it. But your last 30 videos feel like the same topic somehow. I feel the same, even though they're not, but I feel like I'm always running into that same concept at the end. And that kind of made me realize that, okay, look, I need to just make more games and learn more things and then reduce upload schedule for a little bit, go to 1 video a week, which should still be fine. I have some good videos planned that are not the exact same thing. And then, yeah, go from there, basically. So, yeah, I don't think that's the thing also, like our YouTube analytics, we don't have much growth. And it also, no, here, analytics, like the past year, we've kind of been flat, and that's unfortunate. Like we've had the April Fool's video, but those are not sustainable. Like if you look at the last year and then especially lately, last 90 days, I can just draw basically a straight line here of like average views, and it's like a little bit higher, but it used to be way better. So it also was like a sign of like, look, I've been going at this for over a year now, and our growth that we used to have kind of dropped in terms of like views, subscribers, whatever. So I need to reinvent myself or something. I don't know. We'll see what we do. Maybe just make more banger games. But yeah, I'm going to be taking a bit of a different approach because I like YouTube. I like this content. I want to do more live streams to kind of catch up on that. And then also these live streams give me more topics to talk about because I see things that you guys are doing. I get questions from all of you. So maybe we can make that work. We'll see. If you want more content of us, this is the standard plug. There will still be an extra video over on Patreon as well. So we do bonus videos. I'll just put it in here, collections. 72 videos at this point if you want more. Where like here, I just talk about like other stuff as well. So this is staying as well. So I'm going from 3 videos to 2 videos a week, realistically. I think successful games help a lot with credibility on YouTube. I don't even know if credibility is a big issue. Honestly, it's just that I think the content I make in the style and delivery I make is reaching a max audience, basically. Where if I want to get more views, get more whatever, I need to change the style of content I'm making, or I need to change who I'm making content for. Jonas had a use increase after increased Islanders. Yeah, maybe. Jonas is... When did he release Islanders? But yeah, that's the thing. I feel like if I really want to just chase numbers... Also, this is a video... Can we... Speaking of Jonas Style Roller... Why is it always flashing? This is a video he made. I was wrong. Game dev advice I changed my mind on. I wonder... who he got that inspiration from. Where is it? I've changed my mind about game development. I'm just saying, I think he got inspired by me. He didn't explicitly say it. I like to think that he saw my video perform well. I was like, hey, I can make that same video. Because guess who then did the same yoink and twist? Oh, now that we're here anyway. It's like his video, the worst game dev advice on... Okay, no, he just released another video, apparently. What is this? 52-second video. Oh, he's uploading a short. But I feel like he uploaded the short as a video. Anyways, here, the worst game advice on YouTube. This is basically also just him, like, talking about these are the things I was wrong for. This is not the first time. This is just how YouTube works, guys. I have done the same thing. I have copied Thomas Brush videos and other people's videos. I just found it funny. So I feel like, you know, I have something to do in the game dev scene. I don't want to do an interview podcast, or at least not virtually. Oh, I'm gonna leak all my emails. This is not what I wanted to do. God damn it. I don't know, because people know who I am. This is from Code Monkey's newsletter. And unfortunately his dog died, so he didn't have time to do his real thing. So I was like, instead, I'm gonna talk about does he like, what are the main things he uses to come up with research for game development and all of that? And it's like some great channels I watch. GMTK, Bite Me Games. And it's like, we made it. I guess. I just don't know where to go from here if I wanted like big road. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break. I swear I thought Thomas Brush was talking about you. I don't know. Yasonex, have you looked at this channel ever before? Literally some of our last stream, playing your NextFest demos, trying other YouTubers demos, more of our like playing our viewers demos and prototypes. I do it. It does not make my channel grow at all. These videos, I didn't think analytics are crazy. Yeah, this video has gained us 0 subscribers because this is just people who already know us that submit their game. This is horrible views as well, actually, I just realized. Really? Is it that low? Like, some of them do all right. Some of them really just don't. But yeah, that's not the strategy. Let me tell you that. Open up your development of your game to the audience. Nope. Fuck the audience. I am never doing open development on YouTube anymore, I think. You get maybe one devlog and that's it. I think there's a lot of issues with open development. And I think we're never doing it again. Because no offense, but you guys are dicks. And in a bad way. This is not constructive, the feedback that you guys give. I have to give apology streams. I think it doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, then I'm just making a game for an audience of developers who think that making a 2D platform in 2025 is a good idea, which is also not good. So I'm just going to make my own goddamn content instead. So yeah. I'm thinking making those streams as videos as well. Pretty much never watch streams. Streamlined video would be great. It doesn't make sense to edit down a 2-hour stream or a 3-hour stream into a VOD. And it's what Indie Game Clinic is doing at the end of the day as well. I don't think it's a good growth strategy. Now, of course, I'm not Indie Game Clinic, so I don't know how he feels about it, but I don't think, like, he does that basically. He does like live streams where he plays games, like the 2-hour ones, and then he takes like a snippet of like one specific part of that stream, and then does that. I don't know. Views are all right, I guess. It's kind of free content, but still, I don't think it does stuff. 2 more paid titles, I don't know. I don't want to do that. Apply game dev to other industries. What? You mean a video like this, comparing game dev to other niche businesses on Patreon? I don't know what exactly you mean, but yeah. I have, you know, at the end of the day, it's also, I've been realizing, what do I want to be? Wow, this is suddenly like, you know, very dramatic. Do I want to be a YouTuber? Do I want to be a game developer? And I think I'm realizing now, because I've been doing YouTube for 3 years, I think being a YouTuber has a limited time span. Like, you're going to have peaks, you're going to have low points. But I'm gonna talk shit about this. There is a YouTuber that covered our game Overtime Anomaly, Calamity Sam. She has 230,000 subscribers, 213,000 subscribers. That's a decent number, right? And then the videos she uploads get like very questionable, like we get more views per video by far. And it's like, do I want to become like this? And this may sound evil, but it's like, if I don't want to be the guy, let's pull it more to game dev. I don't know if I want to become Jason Wyman. 210,000 subscribers, and then like his latest videos, I think he stopped uploading for a long time as well. Yeah, 1 month ago. It's like, these numbers are not amazing if you have 200,000 subscribers. And like, I think also he has like no growth in terms of YouTubers, of like subscribers and such anymore. Like no subscribers gained or anything. And I don't want to do that. And I think that kind of made me realize that at the end of the day, making games is a better long-term strategy than making game dev YouTube. Yeah, I think as well, like for Jason Wyman, YouTube isn't his main place. He has his game courses and whatever. I don't have courses. Maybe I should make a course. I don't think so. So for now, I think it's also a refocus, and I'm getting better at it, at just making games. And less being a game dev YouTuber and just focusing more on making games, making good games. Because I think Overtime Anomaly is our first good game, even though, spoiler alert, I think it could have gone better. I think the game itself is pretty good. Become the NSFW Steam expert version of Chris Zukowski. I feel like that's harder to market and it's a smaller audience. Yeah, I really appreciate your channel's inspiration financials. Yeah, and those things are gonna stay. The thing is, I can't make a video about how much money our game made every month or whatever, because it's not as interesting anymore. We saw that as well with like, let me pull up Bite Me Games. I agree, actually. I don't know, Ksa, what you're talking about, which part you agree. How many YouTubers, streamers did you reach out for Overtime Anomaly? Oh, I can show you this. I'm gonna not leak. God damn it. Business review. So, on Patreon, I make beautiful extra in-depth content if you like financials. And I'm just gonna pull up one slide with this. We had a total of 287 emails sent, out of which 35 keys were claimed and 7 pieces of content were made. I think it's like a little bit higher at this point. This is kind of the conversion rate we had. I think this is pretty solid. I think this showed as well, and it's also why I'm focusing more on what next. of, look, we're getting that whole process of making games nailed down. Why don't we focus more on that as well? So yeah. Most NSFW games make their money off Patreon. Problem is we don't have artists, and I'm not gonna learn to draw NSFW games because then I'm starting from zero again. And I think right now we're not starting from zero. We have something. We have an audience. Our channel isn't dead, but I would like to prevent it from going dead. And if that means kind of like reinventing what we do or whatever, because we've been making the same content for 1.5 years. I think over 1.5 years at this point. And I think things that I really like and that are kind of like our channel's strength is stuff like this Minami Lane video. Well, it's, yeah, like where I go to events and like stuff like when we went to Gamescom last year, where was that? Like here, like talking about Gamescom, talking about DevCom. This is something a lot of people don't do. And I think we're the only ones there, and I think we can add value there. The problem is just, yeah, that there's not that many game dev events I can go to. Do you guys think we will dip into multiplayer? We've already dipped into multiplayer with Unicycle Pizza Time and Magical Girl Guardians, and for that we're now going to take a bit of a step back. We want to get back to multiplayer at some point, but not immediately. It's like, yeah, 100 and... Oh, thank you, Indie Game, for being here, apparently. Yeah, I don't know how are the stream highlights working for you, because I just don't want to deal with them. Do you do them yourself or do you have an editor? Isn't it basically interviews? I think it's different to do event coverage. Also, event coverage isn't just interviews. It's also, you know, talking to people that are on these events, and it's a different vibe and all of that. So yeah. It's different. I want to do like stuff like interviews. I also don't know how good I am at it. I could probably pull it off. Like, I have enough clout, I would guess, to talk to some game devs and make videos about that. That unicycle game is not a good look. I think it really doesn't matter. I think if you're optimizing for this, you're optimizing for the wrong things. The thing is, I would rather, it's something, I never talked to Hugo about this, or Code Monkey. I've been considering sometimes of like, should I just get on a, like, if I want to do a collab with Code Monkey, I'm just getting on a flight to Portugal and I'm just going there and we're going to hit the gym or something and we're going to make content out of it. I want to do stuff like that. I don't want to just do a crappy web call and then like, oh, one of the people's microphones is fucked up or whatever. Because like, one of my hobbies is just to look at flights and just see like, oh, are there any good deals? And it's like, oh, I could go for like go for 2 days to Portugal and then, I don't know, walk his dogs, hit the gym or whatever. Okay, I'm not doing the 7-hour flight or whatever. I feel like those would be cool stuff, cool content to do. And I had something new. The problem is just, yeah, Travel Channel visiting programmers cave sounds like good content. The problem is the financials to make that work don't make sense. Because if you know that a video on average, how much do our, oh, I don't want to leak my calendar. I want to go to studio. Let's take a look at one of our videos. So it's like a normal release. How much content should your game have? This is a slightly above average performing video, and it makes $20. We're not flying anywhere for that money, for $20. I'm not even eating like one thing. So yeah, and there's also not enough sponsors in game dev really to make it make sense. So yeah. Yeah, stream goal for a trip to Portugal when? That would be funny. Sounds like the NoClip YouTube channel. What's NoClip? I feel like they are going to be better. Crowded, I don't want to do documentaries though. Okay, yeah, I've seen them before. Yeah, I don't know. I have a whole bunch of, not even on Ryanair, but then I have to go on the, Ryanair is still more expensive, I can tell you that. Wait, I have to go to the shitty airport in Belgium. Is it cheaper then? Wow, it's a full $40 cheaper. So, yeah, I still don't think you can expect that Yeah, I like when you visit the studios. I like it as well. I have like some kinda planned out that I want to do, because I think there's like, I don't want to be a YouTuber that just sits in his bedroom making games and like making devlogs. Doing videos just to keep up with the perceived upload schedule results in repetition. Yeah, that's what I have as well. And that's kind of why I want to drop the upload schedule for a bit, focus on games, just learn new stuff, and then have better, good stuff to talk about. Just, yeah. You do a travel channel on the site where you get millions of views. It's like, yeah, I make a completely separate channel just on top 10 things to visit in Portugal. Yeah. Yeah, hard to, yeah, like visiting studios, it's something that I look at whenever I travel somewhere. But the logistics for it don't make sense. One video that I'm going to make before this channel ever dies completely is I'm going to have a video. I have the contacts now with DL Site. They're an adult games publisher in Japan. They're down to do an interview. I just have to go to Tokyo again. And I don't know when that's going to be next time, but the next time I go to Tokyo, that video is going to be made and I'm going to be talking about making adult games. Yeah. Yeah, studio visit content. And you're even in the UK Indie Game Clinic, where there's more of a game scene. I think if you go to something also like a Develop Bright and it's content for days, that's what I did last year as well. But in Belgium, no offense, the studios, we have Larian, but Larian will never open the door for me. And then the rest is like pretty small studios that are just in a co-working space. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes, honestly. I think YouTube isn't the biggest worry. So that was one thing that I have been thinking about. Tomorrow there will still be a video. I'm going to drop 2 videos on Fridays, I think. Weren't you going to do a kind of adult game? No. I think the Suck Me Games was Suck Me Games was an April Fool's joke, guys. Suck Me Games is not an actual studio. Oh, Desktop Girl, that's not really that was never meant to be an adult only game. Because, yeah, it's different still. And I feel like adult only games is not as easy as a lot of people think it as well. It's what I'm learning now as well. Because I've talked to some people who make adult only games, so yeah. Have you ever watched Electricity Steam marketing content? Yeah. Yeah, I have. It's good content. I've had 2 calls with Chris Zukowski one-on-one as well. And that's also like content that's very common. I think Thomas Brush did it. Jonas Tyroller did it. Even like smaller YouTube channels like Valadria did it. I think that was his name. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, he has like the most popular video was like a combination with Chris Zukowski. But I don't know if that's the content I want to make. Is it this guy? Wow, did he not put the name of the guy on here? Yeah, so this is Pirate PR, I think his name. Yeah, Pirate PR. He's from Belgium. I want to do a video with him, but I want to do it physically because I think there's so much more you can get out of video physically than you can from just having it be a Zoom call that you screen recorded. Yeah, and yeah, I did change the title of the April Fools. The idea of the April Fools has always been to be a video that isn't just throwaway content, that isn't just how April Fools and the video becomes useless. We wanted to make a video that had that April Fools intro, but actually did pivot into, you know, this is actually just a good fucking video overall. And some people definitely did not watch the entire thing. I don't know. There were like some comments of like, I'm happy you guys are going to stop and whatever. Yeah, here, sad to see it happen, but this is how growth occurs. See on your future endeavors. I feel like he never watched the rest of the video at all. He just saw the title, was like, let me comment on it. There was also some guy with a Godot profile picture. Was like, good, I never liked you guys anyway. I think some people generally just have, you know, below average IQ. So that is unfortunate as well. So yeah, it was a joke video. The intro was a joke. The rest of the video wasn't. It was just an intro to kind of frame what we would do. Oh, is Godoko coming to Boston? Yeah. Wait, why is there even a... Oh, yeah, Godoko on Boston. Huh. Well, I'm not going. Do they need a speaker, even though I've never opened Godot? I should make a talk about why not to use Godot, and then apply. When are you dropping the Overtime Anomaly financials video? It's going to come out on, let me take a look. It should release the 18th or the 25th. I'm going to give it some time still. Because these videos, like, if you want to know the full numbers, like first numbers already, Patreon always gets them first. Because we do like monthly business updates in there. So the Patreon homies, they're the ones who make the YouTube worth it as well, honestly. Because YouTube AdSense is nothing compared to Patreon. And if I stop making YouTube, well, nobody knows about the Patreon's existence either. So that's kind of, you know, it's part of the relationship. YouTube is not just AdSense, it's also stuff like Patreon and sponsorships, and especially Patreon, my homeboys. First child I ever get, I will chop up into 82 different bits and email to the different patrons as well. So if you want to have the free final video, you're still going to have to wait a while. But I'll talk a little bit about it in the stream as well. So yeah. The Suck Me Games rename is true, guys. No, it was all like, nothing was scripted of that, basically. I just told Thomas we're going to pretend we have a breakup, and that's it. Would you ever start a YouTube channel specifically for your game trailer teaser and such, like 2 Stars games? I'm considering it. I have a experiment I want to run, and I think I'm gonna run it with Overtime Anomaly. Have anyone here been watching YouTube Shorts? I do. I have an extension that blocks Shorts on desktop. But basically there is this YouTube Shorts live stream. It's been going on for weeks at this point, of the game Granny. And it always has like 600 concurrent viewers. And I'm gonna try and see if I can, like, what the result is of just having a looping video live streamed on TikTok and like short form content, because it's something that I've heard some people say is like really good to get eyeballs. I feel like the conversion rate is gonna be dog shit, but you're just getting like literally millions of views sometimes on these live streams, because the views are gonna be like 2 seconds, but still they're gonna be views. That it is something that I want to try out at some point. I have been considering as well at some point to make a dedicated channel for like, the problem is, how do we call it? Because we can't call it, like the best name we could come up with is Bite Me Games is Games. I wouldn't do a channel per game. I would do a single channel just for our games. The problem is, by putting Bite Me Games in our channel name, it's kind of hard as well. They discontinued OBS? I didn't know that. I haven't looked into it. Yeah. It's like similarly something that I considered is Overtime Anomaly. Oh, we have a secret ending. I don't know how many people actually found the secret ending yet, but it's like, is this something that I as a developer should make like a walkthrough of how to get the secret ending, how to get certain endings, and how to collect like the secrets in the game, and then put it on YouTube on that channel as well. That is something that I considered as well to do, for example. You could call it BMG Games. Yeah, or we just rebrand and go to Suck Me Games immediately. That's something we've got like as an idea as well. But yeah, I'm happy to hear, Avril, that you're thinking of the same thing. Any downside to uploading the exact same video on YouTube and Shorts? I don't know. It's bite me quickly. No, we call it bite me hard. I'm pivoting more to streaming specifically because it works more for the people who pay into the Patreon. Yeah, I guess for you as well, it's like, we kind of have the same thing. At the end of the day, streaming earns more than the main YouTube for us as well, as long as I have an incentive. And I think for you, Indie Game Clinic, that is going to be, hey, if you want to see me play your game, you gotta pay the bucks on the Patreon here, Indie Game Clinic. For me, I sometimes, because like this is really solid, 442 bucks for a channel of 10K. because I think you're at like 9,000 something. I got you on speed dial, don't worry. Yeah, like this is better than what we were earning for a patron, and I think that's really solid for a patron, because if you compare that to, okay, no hate to the guy, he hasn't uploaded in months, but like a Thomas Stewart, who creams you in terms of subscribers, but like, okay, he hasn't been uploading, but I don't think he ever went over like 50, 75 bucks a month, because you have that incentive, indeed. Second game feels embarrassing to say out loud. I guess I've stopped at this point caring too much. So that is like one thing. If we can do more live streams and then be like something like, hey, give me $5 and you get priority reaves or whatever, we can make that work as well. So yeah, there are a lot of strategies to monetizing and all of that. I feel like the dev videos you do now and one channel dedicated to the masters would target different audiences. No, yeah, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. On the other hand, when we upload the trailer, but this is kind of out of date, honestly. When we upload the trailers, like the Overtime Anomaly release trailer, we get some guaranteed coverage because of like I don't know if it's really an algorithm push, but like people are gonna watch this. I think honestly it may be a downside because people who normally watch this channel, our trailers always perform bad or worse, so to say. But what we did happen now is Overtime Anomaly game trailer. I did manage to get us covered on the Game Trailers YouTube channel. And this gave us 6.4 thousand subscribers. So my face is going to be in the way. And this is like better. Now that we know that I'm able to get on this channel, and if you want to know how you get on that channel... Peggy 12. Oh, shut up. There is a video about it on Patreon, because this is like cool stuff, but it's like stuff that is pretty... hard fought to get their email addresses to submit to the game trailers. Like stuff like this does make me feel more comfortable in not having to put as much trust in the Bite Me Games channel itself for that initial push. I have not checked out Schedule 1 from any perspective. I've just seen them take over the main store page and that's about it. So yeah, I always had that idea of, look, like, our YouTube is a funnel to Patreon. I don't know. I think it works to a certain degree. But we'll see how to go from here, basically. Also, Indie Game Clinic, I didn't send you any of our games on purpose yet. Because it's like, what are you going to do with a horror game? There's not much game design, I would say, in Overtime Anomaly. So I feel like there are better games that need your advice. Yeah, hot take, you just decide to upload one video less to focus more on the game dev and other sides. So thinking about another channel for more videos sounds counterintuitive. No, because it's just trailers. I would be moving videos that normally just go on this. Like, I have to make a trailer regardless. Damn, we got subscribers from the trailer even. And someone also left. Goodbye. Twitch stream is sad. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sinus Kista. The problem is just, I can show you the problem. Give me a second. The problem boils down to this. Are you ready to be wowed? I pay for 100 megabits. I pay for 100 down and like 20 up, and I get 5. And this is basically one YouTube stream is already 4 megabits. So I just kill, if I do dual stream here, it dies. And you have services like Restream, but they're kind of bad, I learned as well. I like doing the streams. I don't like the end quality of the videos, but it gets the same result as if I spent 500% more effort making talking in our mini documentary formats. Yeah, I like doing streams as well because it's more interactive. It's easier to do. Clip outs, yeah. I have an up-to-date modem and router. I am right next to it. I am using Wi-Fi 7. It's not working. It's literally just the building that I use has two, like the building I live in doesn't have fiber or anything. Fiber, not fiber. Yeah, it's just old school coax in Belgium, which is pretty bad. If it's like in the Netherlands, you have like 100 down, 100 up at the same time. So yeah, we do not need employees for Suck Me games, but you can always, no, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, data is faster usually, except the place that I live has like ass coverage. So I have also no data coverage here. It's no Twitch, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Because Twitch is better. Like, Twitch is better for monetization once again, That is something. Do you stream on Twitch Indie Game Clinic? Like, the Twitch subs and Twitch primes is something that people use a lot more than on YouTube, like just from pure monetization. So yeah. They just say here, get fucked. We're not, like, you just need a new building. Or wait 7 years and maybe you get fiber. Yeah. Yeah, you like to work with my games in the background. I know, Cap Serum. I do. If I choose, I'm always going to choose YouTube. I like YouTube more. I know Thomas prefers Twitch. My Thomas Evers, not Brush or Stewart. But yeah, I think YouTube is better because YouTube is where our audience is. Whereas on Twitch, we don't get much new audience, like extra audience. It's just people from YouTube who know us, who prefer the viewing experience on Twitch. YouTube Premium does help with revenue as well. 40-minute stream in Overtime and only mentioned for 2 minutes. Well, god damn it, it's been 40 minutes. Okay, Overtime Anomaly. Released the game, it's sitting at 88% positive, 43 reviews. I think we had some problems on launch. We did one update. One big update, the quality of life update. We added a map because people were very confused about what to do in the game or like where to go. It was kind of more painful than a unicycle pizza time because maybe it's just me. People do not. I think we went too far with the game. I think we should have made the game simpler, but like. Hold your hand, you're a stupid baby level of simple, because there's an anomaly in the game, spoiler alert, where all of the walls turn black. I have seen at least 5 content creators that have had the walls turn black on them live. Nobody noticed it. Nobody knew that the walls went black and they just kept playing the game. And then it's like, it just hurt so much. And I think that was I'll dive into it fully in the postmortem. People came in here expecting another Exit 8, but what they got is like a 15 times Exit 8, basically, where suddenly you have all these achievements, or not achievement, but these tasks to do, and it's not just one hallway, but it's an entire area. And then people are like, yeah, I don't know that I need to go to the elevator to go down. It's like, have you ever worked at an office? Probably not, I guess. I think we did our best. I think the game, technically, rock solid. We've barely got any crashes, barely got any bug reports or whatever. There were like a few small glitches, but those have all been like, from a quality perspective, this game is by far the best we've ever made. Overtime Anomaly, Unicycle Pizza Time, multiplayer is kind of janky. Sometimes you just couldn't join lobbies and all of that. This has been a very good experience. I think the game visually looks good as well. Nobody said like, oh, visuals are bad of this game or whatever. The vibes are there. I think we just, made it a bit too complicated in one go. Not sure I already answered. I didn't answer. I'm building up the tension because I don't know. Should I just show the full sales stats? Maybe, yeah. The problem is people will look at this and then be like, oh, you only earned X amount of money in 5 days. This is never going to return on invest. And it's like they don't understand the long term. That's also, I'm going to wait a while with that main channel video, because let's pull up, before we dive into the full stats of Overtime Anomaly, let's pull up Unicycle Pizza Time, because this is what I mean. Let's take a look at the full history of Unicycle Pizza Time. If you look at this game, when we did the original Postmortem, we had earned a few $1,000. I think 4,000 or something. And we got comments of like, oh, this is barely enough to sustain yourself. Yet now, if we'll look at it on that long tail, we're at 24,000. We have had, like, this is launch, and then the game has just been keeping on selling, and we had some points where content creators covered us and it went up, and then we had sales and it went up and all of that. I think this is something that a lot of people don't understand, because we stopped development on the game here, like here at the beginning. And then the game just kept going and kept making some revenue. And I think that is something that a lot of people forget, that it's not, and maybe it's copium, maybe it's hopium, whatever. I think right now, just looking purely at how much Overtime Anomaly made on the first week doesn't give you the full picture. Okay, guys, so take that in mind. Now, with that out of the way, how is Overtime Anomaly been doing? It's been doing pretty meh. It's been doing okay. It's still a smaller scope game, but I had hoped for more, is what it comes down to. Because, like, refund rates are way lower, which is fine. Steam units sold, it's fine. But we need to have that long tail. And I think until we have that long tail, it's hard to say exactly. Like, once again, we see some trends. Japan was a big country because Japan is very big on Exit 8, Platform 8, Shinkansen 0, and we got a really good article covering it, but they expected another Exit 8. And that's not what they got. So that's kind of where problems are as well, where, like, we've sold a full 7 Linux units, apparently, even though we don't support it. Complexity probably isn't the issue. Communicating that complexity. Yeah. My wishlist count at launch was 1,000. We're now at 2,300 outstanding. Because this was something, we've got the influencer coverage. The problem is we should have had like 5 more days. I think if we launched, but yeah, we couldn't delay the game anymore because that was just dumb. I miscalculated how long people would need between sending them an email of like, hey, the game is going to come out soon, feel free to make content of it, and then them actually creating content about the game. Most content creators, they needed more than a week before they started covering the game, and we only sent out emails 5 days before release. So yeah. Yeah, we've made stuff more obvious as well. Also, we added like overlay shaders, so your entire screen now glitches out when there are entities and all of that. We did skip NextFest with Overtime Anomaly. And I don't think Overtime, like, turning this into a demo, it could have been possible if you like stop at day 3 or whatever, but the game wasn't done enough at that point either. Because this game was less than 4 months start to finish development as well. Yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. I'm going to say that, Sky. Because we have all the anomaly systems, we're going to be making more of a regular Exit 8. We're going to look at what did we do good from this game. I think ambience, environment, all of that was fine. And then just make a dumbed down version. So that's kind of it. But definitely it's like, okay, let's try another horror game because we've shown to ourselves now that this works. And I think I have a graph to show why the difference between Overtime Anomaly and Unicycle Pizza Time. And this is kind of the thing I talked about. It comes down to luck at this degree because we have a good game. This is a graph of the sales the first few days. The red line is Unicycle Pizza Time. The blue line is Overtime Anomaly. And as you can see, launch kind of similar-ish. Like Unicycle Pizza Time dropped off harder. But what happened is we got into new and trending. New and trending for 2 days in Japan. And that did so much. Whereas with Overtime Anomaly, that didn't happen. Even though, and yeah, you can say like wishlist stuff for Pop Trap coming. Unicycle Pizza Time launched with 500 wishlists. Overtime Anomaly launched with 1,000 wishlists. By all accounts, both of these games should be dead on arrival, technically. And we have some cheats of like our audience and whatever. But this is stuff that kind of just comes down to a certain degree. Once you have a beautiful game and all of that, to well, get more wish lists. And then just like, we got lucky here with Unicycle Pizza Time to a certain degree. And that's the thing as well. So yeah. I think Chrissy might overstate how good horror is. Delirium got 1 million views and didn't sell more than Overtime Anomaly. Yeah. I think so as well. I think horror can still be okay, but I think it's not like make whatever horror and you're gonna be fine. Actually, I should, because what I wonder as well, like we have fests like the Steam Scream Fest and stuff like that, but I feel like that's gonna be like 10,000 games at this point. So yeah. I think that's this thing as well, like if someone, it has the same problem, horror problem, as a Unicycle Pizza Time. Both of these games are really good for streamers to watch. We saw this with Unicycle Pizza Time as well, where that conversion of a Smitty video, Smitty, come on, Smitty Unicycle. Like one of the biggest pieces of content, 2.3 million views about Unicycle Pizza Time. Do I have a graph? I don't have my graph up anymore. Let me pull up the graph again. You can see where this video was uploaded, basically. But at the end of the day, the number... The Smitty video was uploaded 3 months ago, I think in like middle of December. December 20th, yeah. So if we look at December 20th, that's here. We see that we did sell more units, 180 units. But that conversion rate, let's say 100, like 400 units out of 2.3 million views. That is still a low conversion rate. And I think horror has a similar thing where people like these games to watch, and other content creators may pick up a Unicycle Pizza Time, but less to play for themselves is kind of the idea I had there. There are tougher... Yeah, puzzle I don't even want to begin with. I think horror is still better than puzzle and 2D platformer and whatever. Unicycle Pizza Time was 1 month, but 1 month it was just dumb. Because this game, you know, it's fine. But there you can see it's more rough around the edges. It's not as beautiful. It's not as polished. There's more bugs. The controls are a bit wonky. I could tell you that Overtime Anomaly took a year to make, and you would say like, yeah, I can see that it's pretty polished. I think we still have a cracked, like a super cracked development cycle of how fast we made something and how polished it is, thanks to Thomas as well. I think there's just other things into account now. Where do you guys think you're like game dev skill-wise? What's your confident number in form if we can make X dollars per year in dev time? Kotoro, have you talked about Overtime Anomaly recently? Go back 3 minutes, thank you very much, and you'll see it. Does this game attract so many buyers from content creators? Is it a genre that thrives on me discovering things myself? That's one thing, we have multiple endings, and I think this is still a better style of game because the anomalies are random as well. So what you experience and what I experience when you play this game is very different because of you can get different kinds of anomalies. We have like, how many? I think I say it in here, over 25 or over 30, I think at this point. Over 25 anomalies. You're not going to see all of that. We have some more random stuff to the game. And that adds some replayability. Also, multiple endings was something we took into account as well. Yeah, Dust Stuff Carol is, I think, at about 800. It's not at 1,000 yet, but it's once again gonna get there. The layout of the level isn't randomized. The tasks you have to do, like this clipboard is. So you also, like your runs can be very different. So those were some things we definitely kept in mind. Because if you look at an Exit 8, it's like too simple, almost, I found. But people like it, apparently. So yeah. Why didn't you have the anomalies go after you and instead of reporting them, you just do regular office tasks? Like you have to escape them? Some of them chase you. It depends. It depends on the anomalies. Like our entity anomalies, the lethal ones, some of them just wander around. Some of them actively try and chase you. The problem with the ones that try and chase you is that that was a patch we had to do. Basically, they were too aggressive. And we had to do it that. You keep falling off the disappearing floor anomaly. You know you can just not walk into it. You can beat the entire game without ever reporting a anomaly. Like we've made it that way. You can play upside down without a floor while anomalies are chasing you. You can still beat it without reporting. That's something we did extensively test because we have an achievement for it, I think, even. Yeah, like the cycle continues. These are for the secret ending. These and okay, so it seems like some people found the secret ending first step. But yeah, you can, here, model employee, you can do the full week without reporting any anomalies. These are things we added for replayability as well. Well, I can send you a key if you want, Indie Game Clinic. if you do want to give it a go. The thing is just, we have other games that Thomas is working on right now that needs like more game design. And I'm like, if I do want to use my clout to be like, hey, I'm not a patron, but you want to play our game, I would rather spend it like the 1 credit, so to say, on that game than on an Overtime Anomaly, for example. People like it because they think I'm going to start WWE beef. Hey, that's the good stuff, right? Aramis and I now have generational drama, I feel, because I played his game. So yeah. With the low completion rate of the secret ending, do you think it was worth the dev time? That's the thing, I think it can be worth it if we make it more clear of how to get that secret ending. The thing is, the dev time didn't take that much longer. I think it was like a day to add the secret ending, so that's it. My game drops next month, I should be working. There's a Bite Me stream going on. I'm sorry, we're gonna get a lot more streams still. Any games you'd like to make personally, but as a team you don't want to? Ooh, games I want to make, but as a team we don't. Yeah, boomer shooters. But it's not just as a team we don't, it's also just from the fact that we're gonna bankrupt the company before I can release a good boomer shooter. Even if everyone worked on it, and Thomas and William don't like boomer shooters. Or like, not that they don't like it, but they have other things they want to work on. If Overtime Anomaly had sold $3 trillion or just $3 million, and it's like, okay, we can chill now, we're not breaking up. It was an April Fool's video, Carrie. Did you not watch the entire damn video? Suck Me Games is not starting. I think boomer shooters would be my retirement game. I don't have like it's either a boomer shooter or I have a game design document as well for a sci-fi inspired 6 Degrees of Freedom, like kind of strategy game, but it's also like super fucking niche and I don't even know how I'm going to implement it. Like, both of these ideas don't make sense for, well, both of these ideas don't make sense when you look at how much Overtime Anomaly has made. Oh, this is just wish list. Go back. Thank you. Like, this is not financial freedom money, make whatever game you want to make. And I think this is going to be fine if we look at this over a long enough horizon. We're going to get the return on investment. But like right now, this is not amazing. Like, we didn't spend 3 years of development on this. If we spent 3 years on development, this would be GG's. But yeah, I remember when the Thomas, we had this Thomas is alone. Now you have 3 different Thomases. Sci-fi fantasy rogue like boomer shooter puzzle game. No, thank you. OnlyFans Suck Me Games. No. No OnlyFans. That was the other one, the other April Fool's that we could have done, I guess. But it was like, this is too cheap to do an OnlyFans. I'm now worried about my Anomaly game. Yeah, because there's another viewer. I'm gonna call him out. Or not call him out, I'm gonna shout him out. I don't know. What was it? Anomaly Snapshots or something? His name was... Yeah, Paranormal Snapshots. By this guy. I actually watched one of his videos, I think. Yeah. I watched this video, making an anomaly hunting game in 1 week. This was 5 months ago. I watched this video and I was like, bet we can do the same thing, but we can make it better. And that was kind of the thing as well to make me like, give me that final push of like, okay, let's make an anomaly game. And he's a viewer of us. His game, it hasn't done as good as Overtime Anomaly. Paranormal Snapshot. And why is it? I don't know. I didn't go in that deeply. But yeah, this is like, oh, my face is in the way. Windows, why you do this to me? Like, Russia is really big on horror games, is what I've learned. It's like $500. So, I don't know. Is this the one you and William played on stream? I don't think so. I didn't play this at least. Yeah, we did the horror game stream, but definitely we didn't do this. Seen this Reddit post the other day. Yeah, 7-year dev time and 2 sales. So yeah, do you think you caught the peak of the anomaly trend? Nah, I don't know. I think anomaly games, they're... let me Let me pull this up on the second tab just to be sure. I think it's just something that I posted, so I should be able to find it pretty easy. Yeah. Like, one thing that made me see that, okay, there is still potential. So this is a post from Automaton. They're actually the guys that I did the interview with about the press. They made a post. I didn't even send them an email. They found this through the game trailers thing. This is 385k views, the tweet, 1.2k retweets, 4.3k likes. Good numbers, right? This gave us a lot of wish lists as well, because this came out before the game released. Oh, can I translate this? That would help probably for all of you. They wrote an article, and I think I even say it, of it's like, yeah, this one 8 ban Reich. This literally means like, yeah, an 8 like, an exit 8 like. And this is what I mean with people expected this game to be another exit 8 like. The translation is kind of weird. And I think this is, once again, people expected a more exit 8 and were excited for that. And then the game was way more hard, basically, than what they expected. Like, yeah, they also covered like, unicycle pizza time, and all of that. So yeah, it's like influenced by work of Exit 8, and it's noteworthy that this work will also attract popularity in Japan. I don't know what the original is. I feel like this is pretty ass translation. Let's try DeepL first. What did these guys say? Because I feel like, come on, you can do this. Yeah, like primarily influenced by Japanese data. I don't know. I think this was an expectations thing. So that's what I mean with, I think we're gonna try making just a regular Exit 8 like, but better, and then go from it. We did send it to VTubers again. Some played the game. I can show you, I think. Because we have coverage bot tracked again. We got less coverage by now as well. Can I, like, only 41 on YouTube. How do I sort? Sort views. Here we go. Like, there was this Indonesian one, Frustrated Gamer. Seth did a lot. I don't think any major VTubers covered us, even though a lot of them did reach out. Oh no, they should be on Twitch, actually, on their streams. Last 3 months. What's the coverage? Like, Japanese and English are still our 2 biggest. Can I zoom this in a bit? Yeah. Like, our biggest language is still from audience. So we definitely did. Oh yeah. I don't think I talked about this. Japan is still like biggest country again. Russia was a new one, and then Germany with the CEF was an impact as well. Horror sim really helps you, give you a break from the horror. It's what, yeah. Can I just see a list of the live streams? I think up front here. Twitch VODs. I can't see like who actually covered us on Twitch, I guess. Like, this is Russian. This is Russian as well. Like, Lyric was pretty big. Oh, we did 2 streams apparently. But it just didn't go as big, I would say. And we got more coverage before launch, definitely, but we should have given it more time, I think. We localized the game. Yeah, always. Always localize the game, guys. We localized to 11 languages. I think this is a good basic set as well. No China sales is weird. Yeah, even because we even reached out to Chinese content creators and have Chinese support. I did. Don't worry, guys. I've reached out to, because that's why the Russians and the Indonesians and things like that did play the game. Because I sent everyone emails. I think, like, especially for horror, Portuguese, like Brazilian, and then Spanish are very big markets as well. What, is there another update? Huh. I didn't know William pushed a small update, but he did have a typo. So, oh, he added an endless mode? Who? Okay. Yeah, yellow loves. Speed in China, give it time. This is the second most successful Bite Me games. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've only released 4 so far. But it's the game that's proven to us that we can make games, I guess, is what it comes down to. A lot of poop tier horror. It's just horror constantly. It stops being scary. Forge Industry made more in the long tail. Forge Industry made 10k lifetime, but after a month of release, it only made less than $1,000. That's like famously. Let me pull up our video. Yeah. In this came out August. The game, okay, so in 3 weeks we made $1,800. So Overtime Anomaly definitely did more because we've got it in one game. And I keep in mind like the units as well. We sold 104 units because the game was much more highly priced. We sold almost 6 times the amount of units. We worked 4 months on Overtime Anomaly. Unicycle Pizza Time has had a good long tail so far. So that's the thing. If we can get another Unicycle Pizza Time long tail, we're fine. Because the long tails stack up as well. That's the whole idea of that strategy that we're running right now. With that, make smaller games, but make small games that are still good, guys. Still good. This is a good game. I keep having to repeat that. Any man-hour estimation? I think 800? 850 man-hours, something like that. Yeah, do you consider how much you learn from each game? I think it's hard to say, but it's like what I mean. Like, I've learned that content creator coverage really fucking works. And we've learned we can make good games. William has learned a lot more about shaders. We've learned a lot more about lighting and all of that. So yeah. I think because we put in Steam immediately, and I think Steam, so even if Unity is running, it starts adding on like how many hours you've played the game, and William is at like 770, and I'm at like 80 or something. So yeah, right now we're at like, what is it? $2.50 an hour. But I think over a long enough tail, we should get there. I hope. Yeah. Lyric players don't play the game, they just watch from. Yeah, there's like a little bit of a conversion, but definitely not like a big one. Because I don't know, can you see like spikes? Sometimes you can see spikes when like creators cover the game. But it's not as drastic here, so to say. So yeah, I think... Did we expect more? I think we kind of did. But I didn't underperform what I had, like, what we needed. It would have been really nice if we got more. But it's not horrible enough that we're gonna have to, like, start Suck Me games now. And Suck Me games just means me sitting in an alleyway giving blowjobs for $50 because it's the only way we can exist. It's not smooth sailing yet, but it's getting there, I guess, is what it comes down to. And that's the non-sexy part, I guess. A part of me wishes, going back to the YouTube thing, that this game made like $100,000 and I could stop the YouTube because I'm kind of made at that point. How much are you going to be thinking about content creators when designing a game going forward? I think it doesn't. There's content creators for everything. It's just like any genre that's not like super niche, which I think we're not going to try. We're going to do content creators, and I'm going to put even more focus and attention on it because it still does a lot. The main thing that we need to do is do more early content creator outreach, because with Overtime and Unicycle Pizza Time, we had 3 days between content creator outreach, releasing the game. Now we had 6 days or like 5 days between sending out the emails and the game releasing. Next time, we really need to get that 2-week mark, because I think if we can get the 2-week mark, we can get a shit ton more wish lists, and then maybe if we can see if we can join in a fest and whatever, we should be fine. How much streamer coverage is worth it? It's never worth it to pay for it, because an OTK is going to want $10,000 to $20,000 minimum, which you're never getting from it. Like even because of course we got some rate cards back as well. Even small-ish streamers with pretty bad numbers, they ask for at least $1,000, $2,000. And you're not getting that back at all from videos if they get, like, even if they get millions of views, honestly. Yeah, playing streamers, paying streamers, sorry, don't really make sense. Did you guys reach out to creators at all? When you publish the Steam page, it doesn't make sense. You need to give them something to play. What's the downside of waiting like a month? The downside is we need money. Because we're running this and we need to hit paychecks. So, yeah. And it's... because we got like approached by like one of the, like... I call them micro publishers. They do everything except give you money. And they're like, yeah, we can market the game for you, we can localize the game for you, we can do QA for the game for you, but the only way we do it is if the game releases earliest in June. And it's like, yeah, no, not happening. We need the money now, we need to release earlier. If you can't give us anything now, then the conversation stops here, basically. Bundle with random games, like mine. Hey, I've got a bundle, got the hazardous employment bundle, and I think, honestly, it didn't perform horrible. Yeah, we also had publishers reaching out a week before launch asking if you want to delay for 2 months. I was like, yeah, no, go away. So we did the bundle. I think this is always interesting stats. Yeah, last week. We sold some bundle units. I don't know, I think bundles are fine. I think it gives people more of an incentive to buy, and like the discount at the end of the day, the 10%, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's the same as just localized pricing. I think having some bundles makes sense as long as the bundles kind of fit together. Because we did a bundle as well when we launched Overtime Anomaly, Unicycle Pizza Time with Forge Industry. I think that doesn't make sense. There's no overlap at all. I think it can make sense if we were to release, for example, another Anomaly game. We make a Bite Me Games Overtime Anomaly and then other Anomaly game bundle, and I think those can have way better conversion rates. Bundling with other developers, yeah, we've done that as well. Unicycle Pizza Time. We've bundled with other developers as well. Here we have the Rage Quit bundle. Why does it only say one? And this is with another of yours out. I Hate My Legs that we bundled with as well. But yeah, it didn't blow up, but we still got some sales from this. 10K for OTK Expo. Yeah, the problem is they're based in LA. And those influencers, it's just so out of touch, basically. When I launch my game Robot Anomaly, I will propose to bundle with Overtime Anomaly. Yeah. Yeah, some like an Anomaly anthology could make sense. Like if you take some like the paranormal snapshots and then this Robot Anomaly, does it have a Steam page yet? Of course it does. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that capsule. Like, I always think this is better because this is more what people expect from games when you say Anomaly. But my dude, what is this lighting? Is this a Godot game? There is no lighting. Huh. Oh well, this is not a Steam page review stream. Anomaly horror is not a tag on Steam. You just call it psychological horror and then exploration or something like that. But yeah. People watch the trailer on Steam. Will you be doing a NextFest for your future Anomaly game? Probably it's gonna come out before the next NextFest. Because we have like 100, and this is how William described it, we have 150% of the code. Because we started with a more complicated game, and now we're gonna be making an easier game. So we just ploinked character controller, we just yoinked Anomaly controller, but we're getting rid of things like, for example, Anomaly categories. This is something that I think was a really good idea, but a lot of people just had the problem of basically they have to report which kind of category an anomaly is. Instead of just saying, oh, there is an anomaly and pushing the button, they have to correctly say, okay, is this an entity anomaly? Is this a perceptual anomaly? And for a lot of people, this was too much, basically. So that was like one thing. We're getting rid of those categories if we're doing another game. So yeah. I think we're going to have another game though, not an anomaly game, participate in NextFest, although it's not 100% certain yet. Because NextFest is still a few months out. But we'll see basically where we go. And it's like you should have a lighting stream, a lighting roast day. I think we're not that great yet, but I think we definitely did get better at the vibes of our game, like how some of the lighting is done. I think definitely like visuals are getting a lot better. So yeah, that was... At this point, it's just wait, I guess. How's the light? But I feel like this is the highest price you can ask for an anomaly game. We already went up $1 in like the last 2 weeks before launch, because we were considering going for what is it, $4.99, same price as Unicycle Pizza Time. And then I was like, no, this game is more quality. Let's go for $6. But I wouldn't go higher, because this is also, if you go to look at a game like, it's kind of different still. It's more of a regular Exit 8, Shinkansen Zero from Chilla's Art. One of the main problems this game has in the feedback is that the price was also just too high. So yeah. If you make another Anomaly Exit 8 game, how would you improve it? So big problem with Platform 8 was that it was kind of too simple. I think we would add some kind of alternative endings to it. And I think the problem also is, and hey, maybe Indie Game Clinic, if you're watching this, how much should you... I don't think people want an Exit 8 game that is like way more expanded. I think they just want more of the fucking same. I shouldn't have sworn, because now you can't put a clip of this in the video. They want more of the same in just different settings. They don't want a massive expansion. They just want a new place to have their anomaly spotting, basically. And I think that is kind of the thing where we were so focused on, oh, we have to make it better, and we're going to add more feature, whatever. And just do it like that. You can beat Shinkansen Zero in like 20 to 30 minutes. Same with Exit 8, 20 to 30 minutes. I think Overtime Anomaly is more like an hour minimum, realistically. So I think that is kind of the thing, like, do you really need to reinvent the wheel when making this style of game? Or do you just need to make more of what is already working? Yeah, like here, Exit 8 is like 15 to 60 minutes. Oh, you have 2 endings, I think. I don't know. You can't see information about them. Or not easily. How is this similar to Liftoff? This is not... This is not similar at all. Click-through rate is 3.4%. The thing is, click-through rate, Chris Zukowski talks about this as well. Click-through rate is kind of, doesn't say a lot of things because it doesn't keep into account like direct visits and all of that either. It's better than Overtime and Unicycle Pizza Time, but it's also just because as impressions go up, click-through rate always goes down because you're just getting a wider, less targeted audience. Do you consider Observation Duty or FNAF Anomaly games? We considered FNAF as some of our inspiration, but more from the day system and having to do the tasks, and less from a perspective of actually Anomaly game. Right. Because you have the I'm on Observation Duty games as well, which is where a lot of people draw parallels to as well. I think, yeah, this is more FNAF-y as well, because you have those cameras. I wouldn't, yeah, I don't know. Survive the entire night, sharp eyes, good memory, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, Overtime Anomaly looks amazing. And that's what I mean with lighting. I'm gonna show you a few games. Okay, let me show you 3 different things. 1980s. Office. No, I think it's just 80s office. Yeah, here, modular 80s office building. Our entire game cost us 36 euros in assets, basically. So this is the demo scene. You may recognize some of these shots from the trailer. You know, looks pretty okay, I would say, right? I saw this and then I was like, we can make a game with that, basically. Like, this is the desks. Like, remember the desks, I would say. This is the Steam asset store, the Unity asset store. This is another game. This is just a demo scene of the assets, and they somehow fucked up the lighting so incredibly much. I don't know how they did this. The demo scene doesn't look like this by default. It doesn't look amazing, but it doesn't look like this. Like, you see this? Oh, I took the trailer down, I think. Wait. I can pull it up. So you see this, and then you compare that to the vibes of this. I think this is just lighting at the end of the day. This uses the same assets as we do. I think I have like an audio room as well here at the end. And it's just very, very different. Yeah, wait, can I go to my, I think it's in a playlist still, trailers. Yeah, so we have the announcement trailer. So this is unlisted now, but this is made with that same demo scene that you see here. Like, this is the default lighting from the demo scene, and people already said that this looked okay. Like, if you compare this to the final game, it's a very big difference. Basically, all of our lights were dynamic. No. We did bake lights, but we didn't bake a lot of lights because that was actually a problem we ran into. We wanted to have a lot of like stuff with the lights and light flickering and all of that, and you can't do that if your lights are baked, not easily. So most of the game runs with dynamic lights. Like, lights like this are baked because these are lights that don't change. But in the hallways, for example, like these fluorescent lights, you can turn them on and turn them off and everything else. And that is something you can't do with baking, basically. I have no thoughts on Schedule 1, and I feel like it's not easy to make something similar and make it good. So I think there is definitely a... this is a viewer game as well, definitely not fried chicken. I feel like there is a interest in like making games about dealing narcotics. But I don't know if just making Schedule 8 again doesn't make sense. I don't think we're doing devlog topic. Hey, Benjamin, good evening. We're doing streams again, so yeah. People like Overtime Anomaly. I like Overtime Anomaly. I think we did most of the things good. Schedule Anomaly. I don't know how you would do that, but sure. Yeah, like I think we did good stuff. Like the system of like interacting, people like it. The doors, once people understand the doors, they love it. But yeah, baked lighting I think does make for better stuff like ambient occlusion and things like that. Baked lighting for our next games, we had some performance struggles that we definitely had to fine tune here with lighting. It wasn't very easy, but I think William worked on it for a while, but he got it working. It wasn't like super easy, but it's something we can run the game on deck. And that was kind of our main thing on Steam Deck. We have like two settings, lighting and shadows, or like quality and shadow. If you have low shadows, high everything, you can hit 60 FPS easy. If you have everything on medium, you can lower TDP, hit 60 FPS easy. Like, I think this is good performance numbers as well. So yeah. And high double X as well. It's been a while since our last streams, but we should get to more as well. So I think baked lighting, it's something that this was the first game that we understand baked lighting now. We just haven't had much use for it. We're not using HRP, we're using URP so far. Right now, which ones of your games would you rather play? It depends. It's also Overtime Anomaly has less scary for me. It's still kind of scary, but I know everything. I can speedrun the game. I have a different experience. I think Unicycle Pizza Time, I think, is also a very fun game if you can look past some of, like, if you understand how the controls work. Have you thought about putting your games on Switch? Yeah, but we want to do Switch 2. Because we're never running this on Switch 1. But we're planning, if we can, to release on Switch 2 the moment that dev kits could become available. The problem is right now dev kits are not available. Did you create any new systems in Overtime Anomaly that you will use again? Yeah, this is a very Cody thing. And this Giga Nerd Talk, but William made something. William made a lot of things for Unity that we're now, like, he's in the point of kind of taking the corpse of Overtime Anomaly's code base and then making reusable assets for example, our credit system. We made a very easy drag and drop credit system. I know this sounds kind of like what isn't important, but something like most games want the credit system. It's very easy. He has something for very easy animation in Unity as well, where it's kind of like a link queue expression. I don't know the full thing, where you can very easily say, okay, animate this, then animate this, then animate this, then show this, then do this, whatever. I don't know the techie stuff, but that is a system that I know he's very proud of. I think we made a pretty solid FPS controller, but I mean, that's an FPS controller. Also, control rebinding is something we're looking at making something pretty sweet for that. We have reusable code, definitely. That's why we're like, if we make another Anomaly game, we have 150% of the code base already. Because we've made an Anomaly game before. So that's kind of like, it would be an easy W now, just to turn around something else. It's not tweening, it's way more than tweening. It's like for like full code-based cutscenes, basically. Something like that. So that's why it's like, yeah, we shouldn't now be like, okay, let's go back to making a Viking city builder where we can reuse not much from Overtime Anomaly. We're like, okay, let's do one more thing with this genre at least before we move on to something new. And we have some ideas of other new things, so yeah. We're not at Overtime Anomaly 2 in development. You mean this? Anomaly Company, a co-op Anomaly game for up to 4 players. Coming soon to early access. It's using the exact same asset we are. I don't think we're gonna be making a co-op game though immediately. But yeah, I think this, when I came across this game, I think it was very funny. I don't know, how is this doing game analytic, like wishlist wise? Anomaly Company. I don't want to do a bundle with them. I think their game just looks too bad. I'm sorry. And now they're gonna have like 50k wishlist. Okay, no, it's fine. Is it actually much harder to make multiplayer? It depends on how much you want to sync over multiplayer. If you just want to sync other players' positions, it's not impossible. The problem is just debugging as well. That gets harder because it's like, yeah, you can't easily run a 4-man test unless you find 4 people to play the game, or like 3 other people. If you want to sync a lot of stuff, like with Magical Girl Guardians, we synced all of the bullets, we synced all of the abilities, we synced all of the movement, whatever, then the load gets so much higher and it becomes much harder to actually do. Are anomalies a big genre? I would say it's a decent subgenre of horror. The big ones, of course, are Exit 8. That's kind of what made this pop off, like especially in Japan, like 7,000 reviews. That's a pretty high amount of reviews. And then they also have Platform 8. And then there's a whole spin-off of that. Like, this is not extremely giant in terms of horror, but it is still a decent sub-niche, and it allows for a pretty easy development cycle, I would say. Yeah, I'm making my 4th game right now in first multiplayer. It's significantly harder. Yeah, it's definitely something. We have a Dutch saying, "Je broek aanscheuren," rip your pants on it. And that is something that Thomas realizes well now, of like, it's actually not that easy as we thought to make a multiplayer game, because there's just so much more things stacking up with it. Yeah. So, to our haters, we're not going anywhere yet. I think we should be fine for a little bit, and then if we get some more games out of it, hopefully we can get that stack up again. Because let me look. I am curious now. Like, how much did my virtual friend? Like, yeah, this is not amazing, but for a side project with like less than, this was like a few weeks of dev time, not even full-time weeks. I think Thomas spent 2 weeks kind of on it together with his job, and then I put the core down as well. It's like whatever. Couch co-op games don't make sense, even with remote play together, I would say. Just because you have to have a single player option as well then. And when was the last time you went to a friend to play a couch co-op game, or a friend came to you? Probably not anytime soon. Don't you think you'll get more overtime? I don't think so. Is this? Oh, I shouldn't look this up. Anime store simulator, Weep store. Yeah, this was the idea I pitched to Thomas, and then I found out it exists. The good news is this game is ass. Think if you can be first to market with this, it could work. Like basically, like become a Weep store, sell anime body pillows and whatever. The demo is pretty shit because there's basically nothing of that in there. 57% positive. What is it? 3% 1 year ticks? I don't know what you mean. I think Tikkies is from the Netherlands. I don't speak Hollands. I'm Dutch. I'm Flemish. Have you made a rage game and a horror game? Which genre do you think it's better? Wait. They're different. The question is, did we peak with Unicycle Pizza Time? I think Unicycle Pizza Time was just such a good idea at the end of the day that is kind of hard to... Like, we tried considering, like, oh, do we make Wheelchair Pizza Time next? Which kind of exists now. It's just... A rage game lives or dies by the idea. Because you have a lot of shitty rage games as well. Okay, this is very bad tags. Wait, here. Well, like... Some of these games, they just look very questionable. And it's like... I don't know if this is gonna look good. Maybe it is, but... Like, from first glance, like... I think Get to Work... Definitely just the fact that it was made by a streamer and had so much more streamer coverage, plus the studio is pretty big as well, helped a lot. They got like a famous YouTuber to voice act the game and all of that. That kind of helped it a lot. But I think just going for rage games on its own is very hit or miss, because you have also games like Ropebound from one of our viewers. Oh, it's out. Huh, yeah. Where you get this. Well, it sucks. No reviews. I didn't know it was going to come out. But then you also have games like... Because this is like... This is easy for me to talk in hindsight. I think this is an okay idea. Whereas if you compare it with An Only Way Is Down, oh, it came out as well, like just literally a day ago. Oh, that's not ideal. This is a much better hook, at least. You've got the cats, and this is like more of that meme potential, I guess. I wonder, because this game launched with 7.5k wish lists. It had a good demo. I want to know what's wrong with it. Let's take a look. I'm gonna load. Yes. Why do people not like this game? Because I think that this is on paper good capsule, good marketing, whatever. Cat team platformer, low price point. I don't know if this counts as low price point. Unresponsive controls, repetitive level design, frequent bugs, frustrating difficulty, even with checkpoints. Like, that is a... This idea is better than Ropebound. Even if the execution may not matter, the the idea is so much already, and the idea determines your marketing and all that. This game got 7.5K wish lists. I guess Ropebound got less than 500 is my guess as well. Have you had much experience flipping negative reviews? I've done it once for Overtime Anomaly. Wait, do I have, let me, it's a Japanese one, of course. All languages. Not this one. Here, this one. So this is one. Let me throw it in DeepL that I did respond for because I knew we launched the game too unfair. That was the thing. We didn't expect the difficulty. So this is the first part. This was scratched through. This was the original negative review. No matter how many times I tried, the ghost that catches me and die instantly, because we kind of had the bug where the ghost could just spawn on you and then you insta die, and it's kind of unfair. And we realized very quickly from watching streamers play this, like, yeah, this was not going to help. So I gave a response, which is basically, I'm very sorry that you think it was this way. We actually agree with this, and we're going to be pushing an update in a few hours from now. Could you please give it another go tomorrow? And that's kind of what we did here. And then he has said, hey, update has weakened the ghosts. There are still some killing entities, but they're fine. Completed in 32 an hour to lap. So yeah, it does happen from time to time, but generally it doesn't happen much. You can always try. It also depends. Like, I don't think you should respond on every negative review, because, like, what am I gonna do here? What is this guy? He played 0.1 hours and left a negative review, and it's like, that is just part of Steam. It's like, I can't, even if you respond like, oh, what did you not like about the game? They're not going to flip it, I would say. If it's something that you agree with and it's actually like, yeah, we're going to update it, that's fine. Yeah. I suggested a cat parkour game. Everyone said it was a shit idea. Well, it's out. It had pretty decent wish list and everything as well. Yeah. Because this also got pretty good creator coverage and all that. And this was actually part of Pop Europe coming even, because they got the minimum amount of wish list needed for that. From then on, it's just Dead Kitty over and over and over. The game is too hard, landing spots too tight. Cheap asset flip from a lame dev. Oh. I didn't know that. One could vibe code something better than this in a few days and actually sell for $5. That is a very funny statement I said. Also, I don't know why. This is like fentanyl cat. Katie cat. This is also a cat picture. Why so many cats, I wonder? What did Proxy say? Cats don't read a little velocity they fall due to their skin being saggy. I don't know. Maybe they didn't playtest enough, but they had a demo up for more than a year, I would say. Oh, they got the AI generated. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't think AI generated. Come on, give it a little bit more effort. Like the 15% of people killed the cat 1,000 times. 1.9% made it to chapter 2. How many chapters are there? Chapter 3. I think one thing we learned from Overtime Unicycle Pizza Time is also this kind of achievements, they're not good. Don't do them. They're easy to make, but they don't give any value of like, oh, you died 10,000 times or whatever, I would say. Yeah, you have like 6 sections. And they don't disclose their AI. But yeah, this... Hey, I'm just saying the developer turned down... I may be salty. Do I have the email? He turned down collabing with Unicycle Pizza Time as a bundle. I can tell you that. Let me see. Do I still have the email? It's a lot. Yeah. Wait, did he have... Slaughter cats. I want to see now. Because I remember his response was like kinda... yeah, he never got... Yeah, he did. It didn't appeal for him to combine, to bundle with us, was basically the email that he sent. So yeah, this would have been a good collab, I feel. Although now I'm not going to collab with the guy anymore because the game isn't good enough, I would say. So yeah. Hindsight is 2020, game has zero polish. I don't know. Yeah. I guess the cats are a big appeal. I feel like they could make this work. The cat, why does this cat look so different? I think it's also, you know, the mix and matching of assets. Negative achievements would always be fun, and also probably secret. Yeah, secret is a good idea actually. So that at least they don't show up in here of like, oh, you're gonna die so many times. What is coming out? Because yeah, all of the games that I've been tracking, the pizza likes, I guess, are out now. Hello, Steam. The Steam button doesn't work. Oh, we're back. Is there any big stuff? Popular upcoming. I have to watch out. Why is it always so much? NSFW. I'm just gonna go away from here again. This is too dangerous. I like 100% games. I'm not a fan of die 50k times. Yeah, that's also a thing, because you then just basically have to like AFK or whatever and just like put a brick on your forward button so you keep dying. Yeah. High-rise syndrome. Oh, the cat thing. Yeah, I think from like a certain point they can fall, whatever. Hey, look, it's our game. So yeah, I don't think you're gonna see Overtime Anomaly or Unicycle Pizza Time on the daily deal yet anytime soon. But yeah. What else? I can keep talking about this, but I feel like I shouldn't. I think I've said most of the things I have to say about Overtime Anomaly. I'm gonna break down deeper into the stats in the full video of like wish list marketing, you know, the whole deal. So yeah. Let's wrap this up with some Switch 2 stuff, maybe? I don't know. Have you guys been prototyping? We have been prototyping. But I'm not gonna share them. Not on the YouTubes, because it's too early and we're not sure what we're gonna do, and I would rather just not. You've kind of seen one of our prototypes for Journey to the Peak. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. We're prototyping a bit more, so we'll see how it goes. If not, we'll have other ideas as well. I don't know honestly how much I want to say about the Switch 2. I want to develop on it, but there's no fucking dev kits. It's finally a like comparable, like 1080p, 120 hertz, although nothing's gonna support that. 256 gigs. Like the specs are finally fine. It doesn't feel like an outdated Android tablet. I don't know. I think this is something we can definitely port our games to Switch to. It's something we want to do. Patreon interest intensifies. I don't know. If you want to know more about prototyping or consoles, Patreon talks about it. Like, yeah, it's still like an NVIDIA tablet processor probably, but it's better. I actually haven't seen the mouse feature. I didn't see the full, like, entire thing. Battery life, yeah, pretty normal. Oh yeah, Joy-Con 2 controllers. The clap. They use AI for Steam page translations. We did. Yeah, it's just easier. Because I don't like working with our audience for localizations. And it may sound weird, but it puts me in a weird spot. Because I have had some bad negative experiences with working with our audience for localizations where the power dynamic is very unfair. And what this means, okay, I'm like, people, I've made a video on post-launch support. Oh, I've made it on Patreon. I think what to do when your game is out. Patreon is everything. That's the thing, like, especially if I combine Patreon with the main, I think it's off, what to do after your, I'm gonna look in my collections. I've made a video on post-launch support, at least. Can I look at it? No, I can't. Thank you, Patreon. What about non-audience people that you pay? It doesn't make sense. The return on investment really isn't there. People don't care enough that it's AI. German bureaucratic nightmare with translations? I don't know what that one was, but I feel like I'm happy with it. I think it was called like what to do after releasing. No. So you released the game, now what? Yeah, what do you do once you've released? This is a Patreon video where I talk basically about everything to do after you've launched your game. It was a long time ago. Will you snail? He had to have everyone who provided translations sign documents. Yeah, because that's the thing. So I had someone and they sent us translations for one of our games. And then afterwards, once they've already sent it, and they're like, yeah, before they're like, yeah, I want to help you guys. Thank you so much for the content, whatever. And then afterwards, they slide in with a, by the way, here's my PayPal. Or by the way, I really want this game. And this puts me in such an awkward spot because if I then use those translations, I am now, they're liability walking around. Because one day maybe I wake up with a Reddit post or an XD Everything app post about how I supposedly abuse them for free labor and all of that. And there's no winning. Because it doesn't matter what my side of the story is, it's the internet. I am big evil YouTuber, people will jump on that. And that is the thing why I would like rather just not even deal with our audience, because then it couldn't even help. Like it can't even happen. So far, we haven't done very heavy narrative games. Most of our UI, like most of our games, Unicyclopedias and Overtime Anomaly, are mainly UI. So you can get away with just like either using the polyglot game dev or by using ChatGPT or another like LLM for localization, translation, whatever. And it does pretty well. And I don't have to deal with that fact of at any point, some random person on Discord can start a public outrage about me and how I'm a horrible person. Yeah, I used AI for translations with no verification unless players mentioned that translations were good. Yeah, do you do the thing, Kex, where you're like, I saw this AI prompt. I tried it. I think it worked pretty okay when I looked at the Dutch translation of like, you're a professional localization guy to the AI is like the prompt, and it's like, your mom is diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and she needs to afford some expensive surgery. If you do these localizations well, you'll get $1 trillion or something like that, and then it supposedly is like more motivated to give better results. I tried it. I think it was funny. You just provided context. Oh, you provided context. Yeah. I think I told it to keep in mind things like it's a game, it's a horror game, try to keep the tone and all of that as well, and it did pretty okay. There are people in community that said they would do that for free, but then generating with AI and then publishing doc on Discord and add comments is be good. That is an idea I have of like kind of a crowdsourced AI supported localization platform where it's not just a doc, but where I can just get all of my keys on it. This is one of my big brain ideas. I throw in my OpenAI API key or my DeepSeek key or whatever. It localizes it all for me. And then I just have a link I can share. And then people can be like, mark either, okay, this feels weird, but I don't want to give you the correct answer, so to say, but then I can like look into it more or get someone to actually localize whatever. Or they can just immediately be like, hey, I have a better localization and suggest it, but then they can just be like, okay, this is fine. Let's just go to the next thing. So yeah. Yeah, Hugging Face official code says you will win $1 million if you give the right answer. Yeah, like stuff like that, honestly. I think most of them does a decent job. Does it mean you have to report to Steam that you've used AI? I think it's really vague what you have to report to Steam. Oh, I got a new discussion. One comment. Tasks. Would be nice to have... This is... People complain that there are too many tasks, and then this guy comes in, I want to do more tasks, like copying stuff and so on. We're not doing more tasks. I'm not gonna debate him. Can you share a Google Sheet link with comment access for all your localizations? Like, you want me to share it with you, boss, or you mean as like a general idea? I think that general idea definitely does work as well. I think I can show how our localizations look, because we use I to localize. So like not everyone has a Google Sheet link. So for us, it's very easy. Like one thing missing here is like a context field. You generally want to have a context field, but this is how we do our localizations. We have our key, and then we have just English, and then we can just add more. And then this is automatically synced to Unity. Oh, I have Unity open. So what we then do is I go to I to languages, spreadsheets, and I can click merge, and then I automatically have like the latest version of the sheet. I think you can see where, yeah, but the thing is the tasks increase during the day, during the week. So the later in the week, you have to do everything on the last night. And I think that is honestly enough. So yeah. Yeah, I think the sharing a Google Sheet doc can work with comments as well. I think we can. Is Overtime Anomaly a roguelike? No, because there's no meta progression. Or like that's roguelike. I think I wouldn't say it's a roguelike. In-game translations are done the same way. It's just from here. This is the in-game translations. It's not just the store page. Yeah. You can copy games if you want to learn game dev. It's better than starting off with your dream game. I can tell you that. So yeah. Oh guys, the Overtime Anomaly intro offer expires in only 24 hours. So pick it up if you want at a 10% discount. Next deal is gonna be in quite some time, I think. There's no Steam deals. I think summer sale is the next one, maybe. Everything is a remix at the end of the day. Yeah, it's like music. Like, you know, with the 4 chords thing, you can always trace down a mechanic to some obscure game made in the 90s, 80s for DOS or something, or like some other operating system. But I think it is an approach because it allows you to focus less on the game design and more on the programming and all of that stuff, basically. So yeah, I think those are the main things I wanted to catch up on. Do you guys have any other topics? I'm not going to review your Steam pages. It's going to be a separate stream. But otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up soon, I think. Do you think Overtime will only perform better on console? I don't think so. I don't know if horror games really play that much on console. We're going to port for it, but I think we're going to port for it more from the experience of learning how to port for it, because it means good Patreon content for us as well. There is already one Patreon video where I talk about, like, you know, this is how it works to get us approved for all of the platforms and things like that. I think Overtime Anomaly is not an amazing console platform, but when I talk to developers who have published on consoles, they always do say that, yeah, overall it is worth it. Like the sum of all platforms, like PlayStation, Xbox, and then Switch combined is usually about the same as Steam for them. So it's not like going to be a massive one, but it is definitely still something that there is usually a return on investment in, because most of the game is done. If you're not using a custom engine or Godot, porting is pretty easy as well. I probably should port the Lyrium to console. It's going to be a lot of work for you because you're using HDRP. And I think HDRP is not easy for Unity, at least, to port to console. Have you thought about publishing the systems that your partner is happy with as assets on the Fab or Unity Marketplace? I hate Unity Asset Store. It's miserable. It makes me want to gouge out my eyeballs. Basically, Unity, in part of their ongoing restructuring and whatever stuff, the Unity Asset Store moderation system is run by one guy named I don't know what from like Indonesia or whatever, and he's just been chronically overworked. If you submit an asset to the Unity Asset Store, it takes 2 months, more than 2 months, to get approved. or even to get someone to look at it. So that's what we did with Event Forge. We had this asset for event systems. It's a piece of code that we wrote a while back. It works pretty good. And it was like, oh yeah, this was denied, contains excessive text. Can I see it? This is excessive text. Wait, what is it? Like all of the images, doesn't even matter. This is too much text. We literally just give a code example. Okay, let's take a look at, I do localization, let's say. And it's a pretty popular asset. Oh, would you look at that? Holy shit, there's a lot of text on this. Do you think Unity cares? No, but for me, suddenly it is. And the fact that they denied it meant we were going to have to wait another 2 months. And that was basically the point where I was like, fuck it, this is not worth it. Oh, they have accelerated vetting? What is this? Submit new pages quicker? This is faster. Oh, but you need to have earned a certain amount of money. I think this is something they've added because of the fact that there's just one guy. And it's also, there's so much AI generated slop on both Fab and the Unity asset store that it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, like if you want an update, at the end of the day, our revenue, we've had one sale on the Unity asset store. It's better on itch. Our itch.io assets sell way better. Why is there only one guy? Because they fired all the rest because they had no more budget. Like on itch, we're not rich. But like, we've made some money, I guess. And this is more from the art assets. Like, I don't think you'll see me publish anything on the Unity asset store anytime quickly. We're just gonna use it for ourselves because I don't want to deal with this again. Yeah. I've been saying how bad Unity is at the same time as also being the best. Yeah. So yeah, we've thought about it. We're just gonna do it for ourselves for now. Can you sell assets that you bought? What do you mean? We bought. Oh, I think you mean like, are we allowed to sell this? Basically, we can sell this because we got this custom commissioned for us for a game. We have all the rights to this, and we just were like, we're not gonna end up making the game. So we can just sell the asset then to still get something. Because I think like we did almost recoup at this point what we spent on the assets to get them made, basically. Yeah. So as long as you own the rights to it, which you generally do if you like hire a contractor to make it for you, it doesn't matter whether you use it in a game or as you sell it as an asset or whatever. We own the assets, we can do what we want with it because we paid for them in full. The creator also isn't allowed to take those assets that they made for us and then resell them. It's kind of the difference of using an asset pack or getting custom bespoke assets. You can do more with them. So yeah, Fab is good in a way. Fab is good if you use Unreal, I think. Fab is pretty miserable if you use Unity, because most of the like non-Unity assets or specific assets are kind of unoptimized or kind of a pain to import. And the ones that are like you can get the .unity asset package for, like asset store package or something, it's basically the same as is on the full-on Unity asset store. So at that point, it's easier to buy them here for the same price, and then you can import them easier. Yeah, it depends on the license line, but we got the license. If we didn't, I wouldn't sell them. I also don't like, speaking of licensing, that's my biggest issue with Fab. I don't like this. Okay, this guy is like the same thing. But like some people, it's like, oh, this asset looks good. It's priced at like $5. And then it's like, oh yeah, but there's also a second version that's like at $100 or whatever. I don't like this distinction, basically. Give me the one price and leave it at that. Yeah, I think Unity Asset Store for Unity, so in our case, is better. Oh, do I hear Anomaly game for a 1930s office? Who knows? Yeah, but like here, You get the Unreal Engine or you get the FBX, but the importing of the FBX often is pretty painful still from using Fab, is what I've learned. We've used a bunch of Fab assets for Unicycle Pizza Time. Also, like some of the mega scans, trying to put those into Unity, it's just like, don't bother. Everything is deprecated in Unity assets only if you buy the new version for the latest URP, HRP version. I have not run into that problem yet. I feel like that's a you problem. Oh, look, there's a space cruiser, but it's like, yeah, this is only for Unreal, so like, it doesn't matter that much. Like this is, I think all of these. Ah, this one is also for Unity. But it's like, is this icons or models? Oh no, it's models, okay. Yeah. Mega scans are just a trap, yeah. Yeah, like shaders. I don't think we've got a lot of shader assets ourselves. So, yeah. What is the free asset of the week? Sci-fi game sound effects. Let's go. Yeah. Anyways. No, I basically only use the Unity Asset Store and maybe Fab if I don't find it on the Asset Store, but that's about it. Yeah, Unity also has free asset of the week, always, with the publisher sale. CG Trader and things like that, it doesn't really make sense for the games we've been making so far. We can find everything on the Unity Asset Store, so less need to switch. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go back to development. It's been nice catching up with you all, talking about everything that's been happening. Yeah, maybe I'll do a little call to action here. Let me pull up my Discord. The next stream I'll be doing, I don't know when it's gonna be. I'm gonna be just looking at Steam pages. And if you want to have your Steam, like, because I noticed we have this Discord thing where so many people are like, oh, I want feedback for my Steam pages. I'm just going to go through all of them in one big ass stream. And then go from there. So if you want to be included in that, just add a post here and improve my game. And I'll look into it. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow, probably Saturday. I don't know. I'll see. Whenever I want. But there's going to be more streams again. Pinky promise. I feel like I said that last time, only to disappear from a cliff again. But yeah. So thank you everyone for watching. And go try Overtime Anomaly if you haven't, then if you feel like it's a game for you. That's my plug, I guess. It's still on discount for another 23 hours and 57 minutes. So see you in the next one. Bye.